Her words hit the air like glass shattering on stone. Strangers should pay rent. If you don't like it, leave. I didn't flinch, didn't argue. I just let the weight of her sentence settle in the room. My husband's face went pale. He whispered, "Mom, do you even hear what you just said?" But she didn't. Not yet. That was the moment I knew she'd written her own downfall. And I couldn't hold back the laughter that slipped from me. Cold, steady, almost cruel. I remembered the first day I met her. She smiled as though rehearsed. "Welcome to the family," she said. But her eyes betrayed her, scanning me like a trespasser instead of a daughter-in-law. I believed time would soften her edges, that marriage, love, and patience would win her over. I was naive. To her, I was always an intruder, an outsider who had stolen her son's devotion. The first year, she hid it beneath polite indifference. The second, it sharpened into cutting jokes. By the third, she didn't even bother disguising it. But I endured, not because I was weak, because I was studying her. Every sneer, every whisper meant to turn my husband against me. Every line she drew to remind me I didn't belong. The cracks deepened when she tried to control our money. She leaned on my husband for loans, knowing he wouldn't refuse. She fed him poison when I wasn't there, painting me ungrateful, manipulative. And then the mistake. Receipts, transfers, large sums disappearing, not for groceries or family needs, but her gambling debts. I didn't scream, didn't confront. I waited, because betrayal is a gift. It shows you exactly where to strike. My husband didn't see it. He clung to the image of the caring mother he remembered. I let him. I needed him blind until the moment was right. So I prepared, quietly, carefully, legally, screenshot by screenshot, receipt by receipt. I moved my savings to a private account she couldn't touch. I met with lawyers under the guise of work. And I studied her arrogance, her obsession with control. Her pride would be her undoing. The showdown came sooner than I expected. She stormed into our home one evening, eyes blazing, spitting accusations. "Why do you act like you own this house?" And then she said it. "Strangers should pay rent. If you don't like it, leave." Her son froze. My pulse slowed. Everything I had prepared lined up like dominoes. I smiled. "If that's how you feel, let's put it in writing." She blinked, caught off guard. My husband looked at me, torn, still unaware that the trap was already set. A week later, she received a letter. Formal, stamped, legal, a rent agreement in her name, crafted from her own words. I had shown it to my husband first, framing it as a peace offering. She had declared me a stranger. Let her prove it on paper. He signed, guilt heavy on his hand. She signed, out of pride, convinced she had won. She hadn't, because buried in the clauses my lawyer had threaded in was a transfer of property rights. If she defaulted, the house became ours. And I knew she would default. Debt and denial always catch up. The day it happened, she stormed into the kitchen, waving the papers, her voice cracking for the first time. "You tricked me." I didn't yell. I didn't gloat. I looked her in the eye and said, "No, you exposed yourself." I just wrote it down. My husband sat in silence, finally seeing her clearly. The mother who had called his wife a stranger. The woman who would rather gamble her home than accept me. Her kingdom collapsed with a signature, and she had given me the pen. The laughter that day wasn't joy. It was release. Years of condescension, manipulation, her attempt to shrink me down, undone by her own arrogance. Do you know the sweetest sound? It isn't applause. It's silence. The silence that follows when your enemy realizes they've built their own prison. Now, when I pass her in the hallway of what used to be her home, she can't even meet my eyes. She's reduced to a tenant in the house she once ruled. A stranger paying rent. Her words carved into reality. And me? I don't feel pity. I don't feel guilt. I feel peace. Because revenge isn't loud. It isn't violent. It's precise. And the most perfect revenge is giving someone exactly the life they wished upon you. She called me a stranger. Now she pays for it, literally. And every month, when the rent lands in my account, I can't help but smile. Justice doesn't announce itself. It walks in quietly, wearing your enemy's signature.